Hey, what's up? Welcome to today's episode of Man Talk. Man Talk. Yeah, Man Talk. Alright, so today's episode we're going to be responding to this post by fellow man by the name of Perpetual Pleasurist. Alright, I'll talk to him man to man. Alright, okay. I'll just be reading his post right here. All right. For a person on the autism spectrum, no matter how good you look or how confident you are, the way you talk and behave has to be perfect and spot on, with no room for mistakes, motherfucker. In order to ensure you attract the types of female you actually find attractive. Well, here's a question. All right. Would you really find someone that attractive if you gotta like walk on eggshells and do everything perfect, you know, with no room for mistakes? Like, don't you want somebody who can like accept your flaws? Because here's the thing, I guarantee you, dude, these fucking women who you're like advising guys to attract, or whatever the fuck, dude, I guarantee you, those women, those fucking women have tons of fucking flaws. All right, they have tons of flaws. Okay, there's gonna have tons of stuff. There's gonna be so much stuff that is so wrong with them that you're gonna have to decide whether or not you want to put up with it. You know, and in a lot of cases, you'll probably say no. Okay, I've had enough of this shit. You know, so yeah, I mean, so I think it's pretty unfair that like, you know, oh, socially awkward autistic people have to be perfect and spot on with no room for mistakes for very imperfect women. Okay, dude, I guarantee you, the sorts of women who you and other men here apparently are quote unquote trying to attract, yeah, those types of females, I guarantee you have tons of flaws. All right, tons of flaws. Okay, they're not trying to be perfect and spot on with no room for mistakes. I guarantee you, they're not even trying to be perfect and spot on with no room for mistakes. They're not even trying, dude. They're not even trying. I guarantee you. Okay, that's true in like basically all cases. In basically all cases, these types of females you actually find attractive and allegedly want to attract, they're not going to reciprocate your effort to be perfect and spot on with no room for mistakes. Okay, they're not going to do that in basically all cases. All right. I'm just pointing out there. I'm just letting you know. All right, just letting you know. Okay, if you didn't already know, now you know. All right, let's continue with the rest of this post. All right, there is far less margin for error than anyone who is neurotypical or neurodivergent. All right, there is no room for a single mistake, bro. No room for a single mistake. Interesting. Otherwise, it's interpersonal hell to pay. Otherwise, it's interpersonal hell to pay. However, if you are on the autism spectrum and don't look good, it's over for you before it even began, healthy romantic relationship wise. Or you could just quote unquote be yourself and see how that goes. And then he gave a poo poo emoji. Yeah. So I left a comment asking, well, what if you were to date other people with autism, right? Because I mean, like, why would a fellow autistic person care if you don't do these normie conventions perfectly spot on? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and he said, oh, it's very rare to even find them available. Also, among autistic females, the behaviors still have to be spot on with no room for have to be spot on with no errors, at least for the first 2 or 3 dates, especially nowadays. What the fuck? So autistic females, who I guarantee you are doing all sorts of awkward shit, okay, they're gonna expect you to be perfect and make no errors? Like, that's just completely unreasonable, bro. It's unfair, you know? They're unfair, okay? These types of women that you're describing and are allegedly trying to attract, okay, clearly they're being very unfair to men in general, all right? Like, what's up with that shit, man? Fucking entitled little bitches, you know? Oh, the guy I date has to be perfect and spot on, but I can be awkward as fuck, you know? I can do all sorts of fucked up shit that they're going to put up with, and they're going to seriously question whether or not they even want to date me because of all my horrible flaws, but they gotta be perfect. Yeah, I mean, like, why would anybody actually want to date someone like that, dude? Come on, think about it, bro. Just think about it. All right, then he said, let's continue. Then he says, or the ones who are not like that are almost always already with someone monogamously. Interesting. Yeah, see, this is why I think monogamy's dumb. I think that sharing is caring. I personally don't really get jealous of people in general. I mean, and if it's like why would you care if like your partner chooses to sleep with someone else? Like, why do you care? Like, you wouldn't care if they were to play video games with someone else. You probably wouldn't care if they were to go hiking with someone else. You know, but it's like okay, so you share your partner and they can do other stuff with people in all different areas, except you know, have some, you know, lovey-dovey fun time, shall we say. I mean, come on. What the fuck, bro? Fuck. Yeah, I still get it, man. Jealousy is so annoying in general because it's like these people punish you for success. Yeah, it's like they make fun of you if you suck or are mediocre. They make fun of you, put you down, and push you to be better. But if you are better, if you are actually successful, these fucking envious little cunts will now get jealous of you, and they'll nip at your heels and basically try to sabotage your life. I mean, it's so fucked up, man. It's just like, and yeah, now you'll probably be afraid of success to some degree because you're afraid of these envious hell monkeys, man. Like, that's so fucking annoying. So I think that jealousy is like one of the biggest issues. Like, because what is jealousy, bro? It's punishing people for succeeding or having a stroke of good fortune. Okay, a stroke of good luck. All right. My thoughts are, so long as they're actual good, decent people, I mean, you should be happy that they succeeded, or that they got a stroke of good fortune, stroke of good luck. You know, if they're good people, then they deserve it, do they not? Now, I can see why you wouldn't want a douchebag to, you know, to succeed or do well, because if they succeed, they're probably going to abuse their power, and they don't deserve good luck, right? Because they're assholes. So I can see why you wouldn't want a douchebag to succeed. That makes sense. But like, if they're chill, nice, decent people, wouldn't you want them to succeed? Plus, here's the thing: if they succeed and you're friends with them, what exactly does that mean? Well, what that means is they can probably help you out quite a bit, right? So they'll be a useful ally down the road, you know? So envy makes no fucking sense from an interpersonal perspective or even from an evolutionary perspective, right? Like, wouldn't a society of tribes that has no envy, wouldn't they do way better than an envious hell monkey society where people are afraid to succeed because they don't want to get their neighbors jealous? I mean, come on. Obviously, the non-envious tribe is going to do way better. All else is equal, right? Yeah, there you go. There you go. So yeah, let's continue. Yeah, the rest of what he said was, it takes a lot of people sifting to find even one femme gem. Interesting. Femme gem. Never heard that term before, bro. And then again, you know, I'm not really that hip and cool with the lingo, you know, so, you know, I guess I'm not cool enough. Am I not cool enough? All right. So yeah, man, I've already shared some of my thoughts on that, but I've already shared some of my thoughts, but here's the thing, dude. Like, I'm gonna tell you something that will probably surprise you and pretty much everyone else in the audience quite a bit. Although some people might not be surprised, because some people might have actually experienced this as well. All right, particularly women. Okay. All right. So, without further ado, let's just begin. All right. Awkward nerds, like nerdy dudes who act awkward, you know, around women. All right. I mean, you would probably think that they are like very unlikely to, you know, love bomb and ghost people, right? Like, they'd be very, it seems very unlikely that they would act all lovey-dovey and infatuated with you. You know, like, let's say you're a woman. Let's say hypothetically speaking, you're an attractive woman, and there's like some nerdy guy who's acting like really awkward around you. He's like, he's embarrassing himself by how awkward he's being, and he's definitely breaking a lot of these, you know, quote unquote normie dating conventions, right? I mean, he's acting, you know, very awkward. So yeah, now according to perpetual pleasurist, you know, women typically don't like that, right? According to perpetual pleasurist, um, if you're a woman who experiences that shit, oh, you're gonna want to just reject him, right? That's based on what perpetual pleasurist is saying here, okay? But here's the thing, man. What if, oh, hypothetically speaking, you were to be an attractive woman who thinks that is cute when a guy acts awkward and nerdy. Like, yeah, when you see a nerdy guy act all awkward and adorable around you, you think it's really cute and adorable, and you know, and you're fine with it, right? You got no problem with it whatsoever. Okay, so you don't reject this awkward guy. You don't reject him. Okay, you're, I guess, one of the apparently very rare females who would give this dude the time of fucking day, you know. But you actually like his awkwardness, you know. You think it's cute. Well, I mean, surely he'd probably be very, you know, think that he's pretty fortunate and blessed to be dating someone like you, right? He's probably thinking he's hit the jackpot, right? It would seem very unlikely that this guy, this awkward fucking nerd, you know, would love bomb you and act like they're just so into you and just embarrass themselves by how awkward they're acting around you. It would seem very unlikely that those fucking guys would, you know, just disappear and ghost you and abandon you without even telling you what the problem is. It would seem very unlikely that they'll do that, right? Well, guess what? Personal experience has taught me that no, awkward nerds, those types of awkward guys I just described in that, you know, hypothetical example, they actually are just as likely to love bomb and ghost you as anybody else. Like they are just as likely to do it as normies. I'm dead fucking serious, man. All right. Now you're probably thinking, well, I mean, do you have any experience with this, sir? Do you have any experience with this, sir? Okay. Do I have any experience with this? With, oh, I don't know, dressing up like a woman and having awkward nerdy guys act all awkward and adorable around me, act like they're into me. And here's the thing, they'll still act like they're into me even after they know that I, you know, am trans, even after they know that I have a hot dog, okay? And they say they're cool with it, okay? So that's not the issue, okay? The issue is not me having a hot dog, okay? They are, you know, into chicks with dicks, okay? Like, you know, yeah, I have, you know, been that quote unquote woman, you know, talking to these awkward nerds who are like, I mean, they would act so awkward around me, and it was hilarious. Like it was like they were embarrassing themselves. And yeah, it seems to me that like most women would laugh and reject them and psychologically beat the shit out of them, right? It seems to me that that's what most women would probably have done in that situation, right? You know. So yeah, but I did not do that actually, you know. I thought it was really cute and adorable, okay, and I thought that, you know, they were kind of handsome. And yeah, I mean, I was definitely still open to dating them, you know, definitely open to at least talk to them, you know, get to know each other better, see if it's a good fit, you know. Look at this. They ghosted me, you know. They just started acting all weird and avoidant around me without even telling me what the issue is, you know. Like they abandoned me without even telling me what the problem is. They go immediately from acting all, you know, awkward and adorable around me, acting like they're so into me, to love bombing me in an awkward and embarrassing way for them. And then out of nowhere they just disappear, you know. I'm completely serious, you know. Let me give you an example, okay. There's one dude who I was chatting with on this dating app, right? And yeah, he knew that, you know, I have a hot dog. Okay, he knew that. He said he was fine with it. All right. So that again, that is not the issue here. Okay. And yeah, I mean, I can look very, very attractive when I dress up like a woman. I mean, I can do makeup really well. I mean, I'm a pretty hot woman. Okay, I do look pretty hot. Okay. I mean, that's just a fact of reality. I mean, I have no issues whatsoever passing when I go out in public, dress up like a woman. You know, if anything, I have trouble passing as a dude. Yes. I mean, I look so effeminate, you know, that people, like, when I go out in public and I try to present myself as a man, because I'm kind of like, you know, bi gender, right? Like, I want to like flip flop between being a man and a woman as how, you know, however I feel like, you know. It's like I want to do both, right? So yeah, whenever I present myself as a man, like a lot of people still think that I'm a woman, you know, even though I'm trying to present myself as a man. And it's because I look so effeminate, you know, and I have long hair. You know, and yeah, I had one time I had this man tell me to use the women's restroom. Yeah, I was dressed. I thought I was presenting myself as a man, okay, and I tried to enter the I tried to enter the fucking men's restroom, and this dude was like, "Oh hey ma'am, the women's ladies restroom's over there." Literally, he still thought I was a woman, okay, even though I was trying to present myself as a man. I'm like, fuck, man, it's sir. I'm a man. I go to the men's restroom, all right? You know, I didn't actually say that, although that would have been really funny. No, yeah, what actually happened was I just like by the time he said that, I'd already walked in, and he just seemed to think, oh, too late, you know, and he didn't really, you know, say anything afterwards, you know. So that's what actually happened. But it would have been funny if I, you know, was like, I'm not a woman, man. I'm a man. I'm a real man. I belong in the men's restroom now. Yeah, I'm serious, dude. I have way more trouble passing as a guy than I do as a woman. I mean, I look very convincing and hot as a female. I can do makeup really well and everything, you know. But yeah, these dudes. Oh yeah, they, you know, these dudes I was talking with. Yeah, these awkward nerds. I mean, they they seemed very into me. Okay, and this, yeah, back to the story, back to the example. So there was this one guy who I was chatting with on this dating app called Bumble. All right, I had tried it for like maybe a couple weeks, like about a year or two ago. I was only there for like on that app for like 3 weeks, and I was just, I mean, I was one to just fucking damn near jump off a cliff by how much psychological torture that fucking dating app has. I mean, it's basically like 99% of the people on there are just a bunch of like sadistic psychological torturers who love bomb you and then ghost you, right? And yes, I did have an awkward nerd do that to me on that app. Okay, I kid you not. So we have been chatting for just a couple fucking days, all right, before our first video call. Okay, so we've been texting on the app for a couple days, and then we had a video call, right, just to, you know, chat, quote unquote, face to face, you know, and just get to know each other a little better, all right. So we've been chatting for about, I don't know, half hour or so, and you know, we said bye, and then as we were about to hang up the call, he says he says, I love you. I'm not kidding. This dude tells me that he loves me, but it seemed like he said it by accident, and it was like right before, you know, we ended the call. I was like, hey, bye. I was like, all right, bye. Have a good one. All right, bye. I love you. And then the call ended. Like, that's literally what he said. Like, and I had just been chatting with this dude for like a couple days, and this is the first time we ever talked on the video call face to face, and he like accidentally said, I love you. Or it seemed like an accident to me, because it reminds me of that fucking scene from that TV show, How I Met Your Mother, right, where the guy was really into this girl, yeah, an awkward guy, really into this hot girl, and he says, I love you, by accident, on the first date, and she freaks out and psychologically beats the shit out of him. She just humiliates him, and she just, I mean, she, you know, psychologically just rips him a new one, man. She was not. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that I thought that like women were supposed to be these kind, loving empaths because of motherhood, right? Oh wait, mothers abuse and kill their own children more than fathers do. All right. So yeah, it's true that men are more likely to be serial killers. Yeah, there are more male serial killers than female serial killers. That's true. But it's also true that women abuse and kill their own children more than men do. All right. So yeah, apparently men are more likely to kill and torture random strangers in a serial manner, but women, for whatever reason, are more likely to do it to their own children. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where I was going at. That was a bit of a side tangent. Anyways, this fucking in the TV show, okay, and this I think this, even though it was a quote unquote fictional show, I mean, I think this particular scene was probably very realistic. I mean, I think that is what most women would have most likely done in that scenario, okay? But did I do that to him? Did I just laugh, make fun of him, and just psychologically beat the shit out of him? No, I did not. I just thought, all right, well, it seems to me that he accidentally said it. It just slipped out, and he's just really into me, you know? And I mean, yeah, it just, so I just kind of, despite him breaking this apparently unforgivable sin in dating, um, I still kept talking to him, you know, because he seemed like a nice guy, all right? And he did seem like a nice guy at first, all right? So he's love bombing me. He's texting me all the time. He's texting me all the fucking time for a couple weeks, and then he ghosts me. Yes, he unmatches us on the dating app. Yes, he unmatches me. You know, like right in the middle of him love bombing me, and acting like he's all into me. He unmatches us from the dating app. You know, that's what he fucking does. I'm dead fucking serious, man. And here's the thing. Like, I wasn't even super duper attracted to him. Like, I mean, I thought he was kind of like okay looking, so I was willing to give him like, a chance, right? Because like, here's the thing, if like as long as someone is at least generally your type, you will feel very attracted to them if you have a really strong interpersonal connection with them, right? Like take for example, yeah, if you do date someone who you think is just kind of okay looking, but they're still kind of generally your type. Like the thing is, if you guys really hit it off in a interpersonal type of chemistry way, if you know what I mean, they will appear very attractive to you. You will feel extremely attracted to them, even if you thought they were just okay looking to begin with. So that's why I'm not hypergamous like that. You know, I'm not, I'm not this, stuck up bitch who's like, oh, I gotta date, a 10 out of 10. I gotta date someone as hot as me. Because no, guess what? If I did have that attitude, I would not be talking to him. I was way more physically attractive than him. Okay, that's definitely true. All right. So if I was hypergamous, I would not talk to him, right? But I believe that looks, I mean, they matter to an extent. It matters to an extent, like someone has to be generally your type in order for you to be attracted to them. But as far as like, trying to date the 10 out of 10, all the time, I mean, I don't really think looks matter that much, because like the bottom line is that, as long as someone is at least generally your type, if you have a really good interpersonal connection, you're pretty much guaranteed to, to feel extremely attracted to them, even if you thought they were just okay looking to begin with, So it's like, ultimately, I mean, good looks, I mean, of course it helps, to some degree, I'm not going to lie. I mean, people are obviously going to be more attracted to you to begin with, at least, but at the end of the day, you're going to feel very attracted to someone who's just okay looking if you have a really good interpersonal connection with them, So that's my attitude on looks, you know what I'm saying? So I thought he was just okay looking, but I figured, hey, he seems like a pretty nice guy, and I don't mind him doing this, adorable, awkward nerd stuff with me, I think it's fine. And yeah, he's obviously cool with me having a dick. After he told me that he loved me, after, he knew I have a penis. I mean, like he's totally cool with that. All right, so that's not the issue at all here, clearly. All right. So what the fuck, man? So yeah, perpetual pleasures, dude. I mean, you're probably surprised by this, right? I mean, you're probably very surprised to hear that awkward nerds. I've had multiple nerds, like multiple, like awkward dudes, love bomb and ghost me. That has happened to me multiple times. Yes, multiple times where guys would act just really awkward around me, and they'd basically embarrass themselves. And yeah, it seemed to me that most women would have just rejected them and laughed and psychologically beat the shit out of them, but I did not. Okay, I was better than most women, apparently. Despite having a penis. Yeah, look, I may have a penis, but I mean, I'm apparently, far more merciful to awkward guys than most biological women. Okay, I mean, that seems to be the case. Okay, is that not the case? That seems to me that that is the case. All right, so I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just saying. But yeah, I mean, yeah, multiple dudes, like oftentimes very nerdy guys would just embarrass themselves by how awkward they're acting around me. They're breaking all sorts of dating conventions you can imagine, and to the point where it seems to me that most other fucking women would have just laughed and psychologically beat the shit out of them, but then they ghost me. They reject me without even telling me what the problem is. They don't even say, "Oh, it's because of this particular reason." You know, it's because you did this particular thing wrong. You know, and it's just so bad we can't work it out. I mean, yeah, you would think they at least tell me the reason. No, they don't tell me the fucking reason. You know, like that is insane. So yeah, awkward nerds are actually very likely to love bomb and ghost people, apparently. And I can't help but wonder, like, how many biological women has this happened to, you know? Because, I mean, okay, yes, I have a hot dog, but like, I do think I've gotten a pretty, you know, a pretty good look at what, you know, it is like to date as a woman. I think I have gotten a pretty good, you know, look into that at this point. So I mean, and I do see things from their perspective quite a bit. I see things from both the male and female perspective. I have a very unique perspective. I can see more of both sides than almost anybody else, right? Because I've lived it, right? You know, I mean, so yeah. I just kind of wonder how many, you know, women, like biological cisgender women, have been love bombed and ghosted by awkward nerds, and they're probably thinking, well, what the fuck, you know? I keep getting told I gotta follow all these rules to keep guys from ghosting me, but here are these awkward nerds who are breaking all the fucking rules and embarrassing themselves, but then they ghost me and I don't even do anything wrong. Like there's no way I was acting even half as awkward as they were. They were breaking so many of the fucking rules. I didn't do shit, okay? I mean, I was not breaking any of these fucking dating conventions as far as I'm aware, okay? I mean, they were acting crazy, dude. They were just like, they were embarrassing themselves by how awkward they were acting around me, okay? And they ghosted me. They rejected me without even telling me what the problem was, okay? Like multiple awkward, nerdy guys have done that to me, okay? They've done that to me as a quote-unquote woman, okay? I mean, yeah. I'm telling you, bro. Like, I mean, yeah, perpetual pleasurist, dude. I mean, you're probably very surprised to hear that, right? I mean, or are you surprised? You know, maybe you already knew about this. I don't know. But yeah, awkward nerds are extremely likely to love bomb and ghost you. It's crazy, man. It's fucking insane. It's like, it's just this like Twilight Zone crazy bullshit, bro. Like, holy fuck. Anyways, I think that's about all I gotta say for now. Hope you enjoyed today's episode of Man Talk, where I talk about my experiences, you know, being dressed up like a woman and dating men. Have a good day. Hi.